Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm clearly stated, and this is Vibrating Minds. I'm in the middle of a hell of a transformation. I don't know if I can explain it on any level. I don't think I can. Unless you've experienced it, it's hard to describe. But I'm definitely in the middle of a transformation. And while I'm doing that, it's allowing me to reflect on my character and who I am as a human being. And I'm thinking back, and I was always that type of person, that if you did anything for me, like anything, whatever, if it's giving me a glass of water or if it's taken me somewhere, any act that you've done for me, I remember always being so incredibly grateful. I've always had a tremendous amount of gratitude when people have done stuff for me, anything. And I've always made sure that I've expressed it with as much kindness as I can, right? But now, going through my transformation and all of this that I'm going through, it's allowing me to reflect back and think of, why was I like that? Why did I do that? And you know why I did that? I did that because I never felt worthy. I never felt valuable enough that people would take their time to assist and help me with anything. So whenever people did, I always made sure that I tried to reflect that gratitude of taking time out of your life to help me. And the main reason why I had such amount of gratitude is because I never felt worthy. And why didn't I feel worthy? Well, probably because I've never been told as a young child growing up, a little one growing up, that I was worthy of anything. And that's no judgment. Literally, it's without judgment. I've got no judgment at all. Because we're all here living a human experiment. It's literally what it is. And when you really wrap your head around that, it removes the amount of those really negative feelings and emotions that you have, those anger and guilt and shame and frustration, and just removes all of that when you understand that we're all here living a human experience. So needless to say, I'm now dissecting my own character without judgment, which I've been doing for such a long period of time. But yeah, no, so I just wanted to share that in the sense of, if you're that type of person, and I don't know if you are, if you're that type of person, I know this is me, right? Anybody does anything. Thank you so much. I so much appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. Thank you. Thank you. I have a tremendous amount of gratitude. And a lot of the reason for that tremendous amount of gratitude is because I lacked worth. I lacked esteem. It always goes back to a lack of. All those frequency levels down here, guilt, shame, fear, all of those frequencies, they're all a result of lack of. At some point in your life, you're lacking something in your life, which brings you to your fear and your grief and your despair. your insecurities, your jealousy, your hatred, your rage, your anger, your revenge. All of those frequencies down here are all as a result of lack of something. Lack of presence, lack of love, lack of acceptance, lack of validation, lack of something you've been lacking in your primary environment. And because you lack of, you tend to want to try and elevate that frequency, but you're stumbling, right? When you have fear and grief and despair and powerlessness, where in all of that do you feel like you have the strength or the ability to elevate yourself? You don't. You don't, because you're not thinking anything past those emotions. Same with your insecurities, your grief, your unworthiness, same concept. Your jealousy. Why are you jealous? Your hatred and your rage, anger, revenge. Why? Ask yourself the questions. Why? Have a different perspective on your emotional state, right? Have a completely different perspective on it. And when you have a different perspective on it, it allows you to really think about how that is impacting your environment and everybody in it. So again, I was just thinking about my own process and what I'm going through in my transformation. And now that I'm shedding a lot of those low frequencies, now that I'm fully aware of what they are, and I'm slowly but surely shedding them, I'm getting those light bulb moments, right? When I'm thinking back. So yeah, a lot of those a lot of those lower frequencies, and when you think about it, when you step back and just think about it, it's always a stem of lack of. You're lacking something in your life. You're lacking validation, presence, love, attention, whatever it is, affection, time. It's a lack of, period. So I just want you to reflect on that a little bit and try and maybe have a little bit of an understanding of this lack of that you have. Come on, guys. I really want to get this moving. So if I can start this conversation and really get it going, and then we can start really doing poignant videos on topics that are important to you guys, and not only what's important to me, but also what's important to you guys. So I really want to talk about it. So if you can put some comments, let me know what is it that you're feeling lack of in your world. And once I have that understanding, I'll be able to, um, comment and maybe do a video. So yeah, please, can we start like this conversation? So yeah, back to the original of all this is that I am learning how to maneuver myself around and understand the lower vibrations are as a result of a lack of self-esteem and lack of self-worth, and we really need to pinpoint that. Real important that you pinpoint that. So when you're at these lower vibrations, and the thing is that 3/4 of the time you don't even know where you're vibrating because you're not thinking about it. You're not because you're living your everyday life, right? You're doing what you're doing. You're not thinking, oh, well, today I'm at the anger vibration. Oh, today, you know what? I'm at that jealousy. We don't think that way, right? Of course not. But it kind of gives you just that, think about your vibration and where you're at and how you're feeling today. Really spend some time with yourself and grasp what it is you're feeling, what's going on in your world, what's happening, and really start putting in the work into the self, into you. That's how it's all going to flourish. Stop worrying about the neighbors, the brother, the sister, the mother, the father, the friend, the coworker, and start worrying about you. So again, lack of. Something to think about. Give me some comments. Tell me something. Get this conversation going. You have yourselves a great day. Take care of yourselves, okay? Until next time, this is clearly stated, and you're tuned into Vibrating Minds. Thank you.